Aloha Shamans, or wise shamans, wanderers, intuitives, shamans, and elementals, to our little corner of the galaxy here in this dimensional space called EarthStar Spiritual Center in Greensboro, North Carolina, United States of America. And happy July. And this is our Independence Week. So you see me wearing the good old red, white, and blue, because that's what's going on. July 4th is right, just a couple of days here, or a few days rather. So welcome to our space. Welcome to our spending time with us. Today is Monday, July 1st, 2024. Our topic tonight is going to be part 5 of our Star Ancestry series. And tonight we'll discuss the Hathors, or the beings from Venus. Wonderful time being here. Thank you.
So thank you, everybody, for being with us. We appreciate your sharing your time with us. And if you would subscribe to our channel and like it, we would appreciate it so much. And those of you who will watch it on replay, we'd like for you to do the same thing. We welcome you as well.
Yes, thank you, love. All righty. So, and remember, since this is part 5, if you'd like to see the other 4 parts, just go to the EarthStar Spiritual Center YouTube channel and make sure you click the live tab, okay? L-I-V-E, live tab. And then that way you'll be able to review those. And thank you to all our folks and friends from around the world and the ones that are here local in our region. And thank you to our galactic partners. And thank you to Space Force for doing what you do so very much. Since we're speaking about our star brethren and sistren tonight. Okay. All right, so let's get right to it, see what we can unpack. So this is about Star Ancestry, the Hathors, part 5. And it is June 1st, 2024. Oh, July 1st. Yeah, July 1st, 2024. And we'll be referencing our Shamanic Mystery School book from 2021. Okay. So we are EarthStar Spiritual Center. We are a multi-faith church for living Aloha. So we're online right now primarily. Our core principles are to the left. And that is Aloha, or all loving God, love, oneness, heart path, and as above, so below. And these are some of the videos we have in our meditation section in the YouTube channel. So you'll find those, everything from Buddhism to Christianity, energy healing, goddess, divine feminine, sacred geometry, Mother Earth, Taoism, and native and tribal. Okay. And so click on those and watch those videos, nice little meditation things. And these are the books we've written. So you can find these in the show notes and also on Amazon. And should you be a budding author and you'd like to help in getting your material published, then check out our EarthStar Publishing Ministry, and we can help you with that. So that information is in the show notes, also on our website. And this is the class we have coming up, July 21st. We have a 2-day class, 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock each day. Should you wish to reactivate your Merkaba. Everyone has a Merkaba. It's just that they were deflated or inactivated during the fall of Atlantis due to the electromagnetic grid dispersal and pole shifts and just all sorts of electromagnetic fluctuation. Okay, so we want to reactivate, reignite that Merkaba. So think about taking the class, and this will be the Alpha Merkaba, the Alpha Sphere, which is right around the body, and then also the Omega Sphere, which will take us out to 144 dimensions, and in other words, all the way out to Metatron. Okay? But make sure you register Wednesday before the class. Okay? And remember, we're shamans of Aloha. So remember our SHAC principle: smiles, hugs, acts of kindness, compliments, and kisses. Try to do as many of these every day that you can. Okay? And remember our default nature. We are divine. We are awesome, beautiful, and perfect. And you are definitely that. So make sure you look it, you act like it, and be it and believe it that you are awesome, beautiful, and perfect. There's nothing else you can be because you are divine. All right, so tonight then, well, let me switch this banner. So this is a live chat. So make sure you ask questions, check that like button, subscribe, like Jeannie said, and then share it whenever you get a chance. But chat if you have any experiences with the Hathors or any of our other Star Ancestry folks. Okay. All right. So then if you want to go to if you have the book, the Shamanic Mystery School, we'll be referencing page 170 to 171 tonight. Okay. And that'll be out of the Shamanic Mystery School book from 2021. Okay. And, the screen you see behind me, or behind us rather, that's the temple in Venus. And for those of you who are shamans who participate in our Shamanic Mystery Schools from 2008 to 2013, you may remember this particular image. And also this image is on our website. So if you go to the services and look under meditations for galactic portals, and I've got that link in the show notes, you can pull this up and just visualize. Let me just slide to the side, but visualizing this little ball of light here. So just imagine using try to activate your third eye, so kind of defocus and go into that little bubble of light. Imagine that's your stargate, and let it take you to the steps of this beautiful temple. Now, this temple, when we were there before, it was a half a mile or a mile tall, because, this is multi-dimensional space with the Hathors, and they're tall people to begin with. Not that tall, but so you can imagine there's no limits with that. So go and meditate and be here with the temple there on Venus. I think you'll have a great time with it. Yeah. But we'll talk a little bit about later about how we can have that contact with the Hathors. Okay? All right. Well, let's get right into it.
So the Hathors then is Egyptian, and it means house of Horus, and they reside on Venus or in Venus.
Yeah, because that's interdimensional space, and they are intra metaverse type energies. So, when the Hathors show up, matter of fact, they're beyond the need to have any type of physical ship to go around the galaxy and the universe. They just kind of just show up. Okay? Just imagine, Jesus and Archangel Michael, right? They don't show up in a ship. They just appear. Same thing for the Hathors. Okay, they just appear. So even though they're on Venus, they are around our entire solar system all the time.
So just look at that picture there to the right. I mean, just look so sweet, so loving. So they just look so pure. Just look at those eyes. It's beautiful. I think They're interdimensional guardians of our solar system.
Yeah, so they're here to watch out after our solar system. They're here to watch out after humanity. So they really are just truly vibrations of pure love.
And when they appear in human form, and they're tall, really tall, and they're light.
Yeah. So whenever we've had ceremonies here, our sunroom, I would say it's probably a good 5 foot above the ground. If you're standing outside. So when we have ceremonies, and we see the Hathor surrounding the sunroom, they're still about 10 foot tall above what we see. So it's almost like they're 15 to 20 feet tall with their essence. Now, even though they may have a human shape to them, I've never actually seen a human face. I've just seen this light that I guess it would be their aura. So it radiates around them like that. So even though it's kind of in the shape of a human, but that's usually how I see that. And they're really kind of the color you see the screen behind it. So it's kind of that bluish green, turquoisey kind of color. That's the way I view them. So yeah, they're very tall, and they're just beings of light.
And they share their love vibrations through chanting, singing, and toning, which is really beautiful.
Yes, and we'll talk about Tom Kenyon and one of his video CDs that has those chants on it, and also if you do any toning in your meditation time, chanting, that's a wonderful way to make connections with the Hathors. But we'll discuss that a little bit later also.
And they were invited here by Arcturian Sanat Kamura.
Yeah, so remember him from last week, right? The dude from Arcturus, right? So here's his picture again. Now, of course, he may not look like that. I guess he looks like that to the person who made the drawing. Okay? So remember last week we talked about the Arcturians, how they're 5D, fifth density, and the blue light there for those of you who are Reiki practitioners. This is the Arcturian starlight, those little white streaks into the blue, royal blue, the Reiki blue. And remember, this was in reference to the temple at Mount Karama in Kyoto, Japan. So according to Tom Kenyon in his book with Sanat Kumara, he was here 10 million years ago. And monks at this temple still have this little sand sculpture you see on the right, and that represents the ship. And the story from their perspective is that a light being, appeared in this craft and said that he was from Venus. So we surmise that that was Sanat Kumara. And if he was here, then more than likely he was here with Hathors also. Of course, he probably had to have a ship at that time, but the Hathors did not. So I'm sure they were here occupying the same space. So we'll just say that for our purposes, then we can say that the Hathors have been here for at least 10 million years for humanity and our solar system. And thank you, Sanat Kumar, for bringing them here. And let's see, we have somebody checking in with us tonight. Aloha, Heidi. Thank you for being here with us. I hope that ice cream you got was great.
Motorcycle Mama.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for joining us. Good. All right, next.
So the Egyptian history then would include the consort of the sun god Ra.
Yeah, so remember when we think about Egyptian history, we have we had the ancient Egyptian history, which would be Ra and all the great ascended masters, right? And then kind of the newer Egyptian history would be that's where we have Osiris and Isis and Horus, right? So you kind of have like two different periods of history there with Egypt. And then, of course, all the discernment levels that went to all the Egyptian priesthood to give us all the gods and goddesses. So when we think about Hathor, then it is possible that she was a consort of the sun god Ra. Okay, and Ra, of course, that is the same Ra from the Law of One teachings that we've spoken about.
So there's some reference to Horus's mother. Right?
Yeah, and yes, and sometimes in some of the historical records they refer to Hathor as the mother of Horus, and also there's other people too. And remember, when we're thinking about Ra and Horus, and I may have mentioned this before when we talked about the history of humanity. Osiris, Isis, Horus, all that happened on Atlantis, right? So none of that happened in Egypt. When Egypt got here, when Ra left, Ra was the king. Thoth was the king of Atlantis for 50,000 years. So when Thoth, also another ascended master, went to Egypt, that was a different time. So the Osiris, the Isis, those stories, they just traveled to Egypt with the Atlanteans. Okay? So the god, the Ra, Hathor, these are truly ancient gods and goddess figures.
So it was the age of Taurus, 4000 BC. So the imagery of a cow, maternal and cosmic.
Yeah, so think about our astrological ages. They're about 2,000 years, plus or minus a few hundred years there for each one. So let's say we were in Taurus in 4000 BC. That means you work your way backwards. So we were in Aries at 2000 BC, and then of course the line of BC AD, right? So zero time from our perspective, that, during the time of Christ and all that, that means that's why we were in the age of Pisces. So the fish symbol was used to represent Christianity. So think about during the Taurus time, Hathor being one of the ancient goddesses, it very well could have been that time frame. And so that's why she was often considered to have like a cow picture associated with it.
And she symbolized dance and music and joy, love, sexuality, femininity, ultimate description given to the later goddesses, Isis and Nut.
Yeah, so Isis and Nut, and they were part of the newer Egyptian history. So whenever they wanted to emulate a particular feminine quality, that beauty, it was often referred to the beauty of Hathor. So Hathor has been around for quite a while as far as in the history books. And of course, with the slide earlier, we know, well, it's been 10 million years. So, and remember with the history of humanity, how long have humans been here? We know what, 2.5, 3 million years. Well, with the 22 genetic experiments by other star nations, I mean, we don't know, did those experiments go good or did they go bad? Did they have to restart? Because we know the modern man, right, the Homo sapien sapien, that was about 200,000 BC. And of course, we heard about that from the Syrian and Nephilim input, being the modern human of today. All right, back to Hathor. And these are some of the, or this is a picture. So this is the Hathor temple. So yes, they had a wonderful temple to the goddess Hathor. This was in Dendera, Egypt, and that's like just a little bit south of Cairo, I think. And you're going to see that it's quite a triangular face. So you see the picture to the right. Who was it? Gave us that picture? Yeah. So Mishi, one of our shamans, who's since fled the region and done her own shaman work. Right? In Hawaii, right? I guess she learned the shamanic lessons great, right? So you see that even that picture, you see that the picture has those ears like a cow, right? And same on the little statue of the temple wall or column. It has the ears also, but notice the triangular face. So those of you in the audience, then, if you look in the mirror and you have that triangular face, who knows? Maybe that's a signal for you to maybe make contact with the Hathors, see how they can help you with your toning and vibrations and resonance, right?
I was just going to say, Amanda, are you out there?
And speaking of triangular face goddesses, one of our shamans, Amanda, aloha, thank you. Thanks for checking in. And so when you just think there's an entire temple dedicated to Hathor, so the Egyptians really did adore her. Okay? Now these are in connecting with the Hathors. What we use in our Shamanic Mystery Schools, we used a lot of Tom Kenyon's work. He came out with the book, The Hathor Material, back in 1996. So a wonderful book to give you some in-depth information about the Hathors, how they interact, spirituality. And you can go to Tom Kenyon's website, tomkenyon.com. And, you know, Tom Kenyon, he's a North Carolinian. You know, he lives up in Washington State now, or used to. But, you know, he got his master's degree here at UNCG in counseling. So, yeah, he's a Carolina boy. He's been here a while with us. So. And now a wonderful CD he did titled Sound Transformation. And again, I have those links in the show notes. But there's 2 songs on that CD, The Calling of the Hathor and Hathorian DNA Light Activation. So if you truly want to get in touch with the Hathors, I would suggest you listen to those 2 things. We did those in the Mystery School. It was quite magical when we did that. And try to find out where that CD is. And if you will, buy that off his website. That way he'll get all the funds for that. Yeah. And here, let me blow this up here so you can see the book. Hathor Material. Let me see if we can get that right. Okay, there we go. So the Hathor Material, that's what it'll look like. Yeah. So try to find that book. So it's not that thick, but it's got some great info. Right. Okay, good. And then on our website, you're going to, and also that's the screen that's behind us, you'll find this galactic portal. And I've got that link in the show notes. Okay. And also along with the other galactic portals you can use in the same way. So when you click on the website, or either come back to this video replay and just pause the video, if you will, as you're in your meditation time, look at that little sphere right in the center. Okay. And imagine yourself going right into that light. Now, when you do this, when you go to the website and view that page on how to activate your third eye, you want to create this Vesica Pisces when your eyes defocus and your third eye kicks in. Okay? And that's what you want to do. You want to go through that Vesica Pisces right into the center of that sphere. Okay? And then that's what, and if you had the CD with Tom Kenyon, that would be even better. You could play that while you're doing your meditation time. But if not, you can just do some chanting or toning, and we'll discuss that in a minute. That's some of the things you can do with that. So think about this galactic portal and allow that to be your stargate to the Venusian palace. That'd be great. Now, connecting with the Hathors, as you're doing the little temple work, you can practice your toning. You can do the ah om. Okay, remember om is really three syllables. It's ah om, and then we close our lips, so it's a Okay, so that's why it's an internal vibration with that. So start with the ah om, then the Okay, close the lips, and do all that in one breath, and just try to do that toning as you're looking at the little portal, the Stargate going to Venus. Or also you can do the vowels, okay, and that's ah, a, e, I, o, u. Okay, so let those all be the long sound of the vowels. Okay, and you can just and you may have a particular favorite for a vowel, so just stick with that. Just do one, or if you want to do all of them, if you want to do one vowel and then do a breath, inhale, exhale, and then do that, repeat that cycle. Or if you're able to have a nice lengthy, maybe 10 to 15 second exhale, so you can do all the vowels, you can do all 6 of those sounds just in one breath. So, okay, so try that when you do your meditation time as you go into the little Stargate. And then remember, we talked about this last week. So you also can use this with your Arcturian Hathor connection. So again, you're going to activate all of your chakras, right? That Roji Biv. And then you're going to have that light tube right down the center. Let them connect the crown to the root. So the violet or the purple to the red, right? And then you're going to create your Aloha bubble first. And then we want to extend that light tube, extend it about 1 hand length. Let me come back here. So 1 hand length above the head, right? So yeah, let me duck down. So it'll be like, let me back up. So it'll be like right there at the top of that middle finger. That's where that little fuchsia ball will be. Okay. So just imagine that light tube then extending, going all the way up. And when you do that, imagine your Aloha bubble also extending upward so that it covers the fuchsia or the Nakura point. So the Nakura point is the root chakra. Okay. And that's what we did. We mentioned that in the show last week with the Arcturians. And since the Arcturians and Hathors are working together, it would be a wonderful meditation. So try that, visualize this. This is where you want to be at this point here before you go through the Stargate. So have yourself, your mind, body, and spirit engaged with this focal point, your Aloha bubble and the Nakura point, and then enter and move through that Stargate and go to Venus. And then on the other side, imagine you're still inside this Aloha bubble with a Nakura point and focus on that fuchsia and silver color. And then, if it's been like other times we've done this meditation, you're going to have an Arcturian, well, maybe an Arcturian. Yeah, maybe it is going to be an Arcturian guide, but you're also going to have a Hathor there with them. Okay? So you could have at least 2 guides and allow them to help you with the meditation. Remember, with any meditation, you want to establish some sort of intention. So it could just be a meet and greet. So if that's okay, just sense the energy and just feel it with your entire mind, body, and spirit. So that's a wonderful way to spend time with the Hathors. And remember, anytime you're making contact with the Hathors or with anyone, whether it's Arcturians, the Hathors, the Pleiadians, the Syrians, any angels, archangels, any kind of interdimensional beings, make sure you allow your heart to be the filter for that. So when you sense any contact, sure, you can use your mind to help visualize that also. Just make sure it gets filtered through your heart, because that way you know it'll be true for you. All right, so let me take you back to the Hathor picture. And I want you, if you will, let me just blow this up. So if you will, just take a few minutes and just look at that Hathor's eyes. And let me just put on some music for you so you can hear that. Just view that Hathor, look into her eyes. Just feel that connection. Wonderful. I hope you felt that sense of connection with the Hathor. So let me take you to the Venus temple now. So just look at that.
So I know some of you were tearing up, looking into the Hathor's eyes, and you know who you are. I think it was just all the goodness and the purity and the sweetness there.
Yeah, they're very loving people. You know, if you can imagine just feeling pure love from folks, if you've never felt that, it's okay if you have some tears come up, because that's truly a wonderful feeling. You're going to feel that in every part of your body, every cell. So again, remember, as you go through this galactic portal, just kind of defocus on that sphere there. So if you see the Vesica Pisces, that's the fish symbol, right? The fish, like when you see two bubbles coming together, you'll see that if you go to the EarthStar Spiritual Center website. I've got a picture there, and that's what you want to see, and that should get you set on helping you to meet with the Hathors. And don't forget your toning. Okay, so I om or do the vowels. Okay, and that would be fine too. And of course, you can always just say aloha or say aloha. That would be great too. So remember, we're all one diamond, collective soul. This is where we are for all of eternity. Okay? So make sure you truly to understand that. And there's just many, many facets, many, many lifetimes. And that's how we do, and that's what we do for all of eternity. So isn't that wonderful? We're all one. Okay? And remember, you're default. You're divine. You're awesome, beautiful, and perfect. So look it, act it, be it, believe it. That you are awesome, beautiful, and perfect. You always have been. You are now, and you will be forever, okay? Because that's who we are. Right? That's our divine nature. So make sure you know that. All right, so let's go back and let's go back here, and let me give you some comments in case you have any comments from anyone. So thank you for joining us here tonight. I hope you enjoy that beautiful Venusian temple behind us, the Hathor temple. I mentioned earlier too, when we went there in our Shamanic Mystery Schools, we went there to engage in a galactic citizenship ceremony. So when we went, it was this huge auditorium, as you can imagine. People from all over the galaxy were there. And we were there, and the queen of the Hathors was there. Her name was Tahana at the time. I guess she still is. I don't know. And she conducted the citizenship ceremony. We all took an oath. And we all decided, and we all swore to be a citizen of the universe, and to be loving, and to be about service to others, which I invite you to do that now, because that's who we are, Shamans of Aloha. So thank you for being here with us tonight. Hope you have a great Independence Week if you're in America. And thank you to the founding fathers and mothers, July 4th coming up. So hope you have a great week. Remember to be the love in every moment, because that's who we are, Shamans of Aloha. All right, let's do a pow. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. All right, we'll see you on Wednesday, the day before July 4th. And so remember, be the aloha in every moment. All right. Okay. Aloha. We love you. And we shall see you on Wednesday. Okay. Take care. Aloha.